Alright girls, here it is, the requested hair bump tutorial. Today we're going to be talking about creating a bump with your hair directly in the front. So leaving it down, or you can, I'll show you how to pull it up too. And it's a really cool look. It's a great way to get hair out of your face. It can look really dressy, and it's something that's been around for a little bit, and sometimes people have trouble with it. And I know that a friend of mine actually requested it on the Becoming Brie Facebook page, so I'm going to go ahead and take a tackle at this one. If you guys have requests, feel free to post them anywhere, any of the pages, any of the social media sites, and I would be more than happy to take a look and teach you how to do those things. If I don't know how to do it, I'll research it until I figure it out, and then I will go ahead and show you all. So, all right, let's get started. Some of you, depending on the thickness of your hair, may want to use, if you've got really thin hair, you can go ahead and tease your hair out and then use one of those tooth combs. It's like it looks like a comb. It's about this long. I don't have one here. I would show it to you. I thought I had one around and I don't, because I don't use them. Excuse me. But it's almost about this long and looks like this, but the teeth come down about this far. That would work. But sometimes, most of the time, even I sometimes will have trouble. I gotta mentally picture how to put it in. So if you know how to use that, great. If you don't, today I'm gonna show you how to do this with bobby pins. And again, I'm using, like I've said 100 times, gold bobby pins because they're closer to the color of the majority of my hair. If you've got really dark hair, you're gonna wanna use black or really dark bobby pins. And I'm just gonna use my regular paddle brush to kind of work through this. If you have really thick hair and it's really heavy, you're going to want to tease your hair a little bit, and I'll show you a little bit about that. So let's get started. The first thing I'm going to do is just brush through my hair so that it's really easy to work with. And my hair isn't really tangly, so I'm not worried about how I do that, because it's, for the most part, been brushed through this morning. And my hair is straight. If you've got your hair wavy, you're not going to want to brush through it. You're going to want to leave it wavy. I wouldn't recommend spraying your hair too much before beginning, because you're going to be separating pieces to get the right section up here, and so you don't want to have to pull through hairspray and rip through your hair. Alright, so I'm just going to use my comb and grab a section here. I like to take a section that's about as wide as the comb, like this. So I've just brushed directly back with the comb, and the hair that it picks up is the hair I'm going to use. I think that's a really good rule of thumb. You don't want it too fat, but you could, widen it up depending on the shape of your face. But I'm just going to pull this hair down on either side. There we go. And again, if you've got really, really thick hair and this is going to be really heavy, I'm not coming back too far. You can see, I just want to show you this. It's about, I don't know, it's probably 3 inches of hair. And I've just got a good chunk here. If you've got really thick hair, you're going to want to go ahead and tease this. I'll do a little bit. But so that it stands up really nicely. And I'm not teasing the front too much. I just want to do this back portion back here, because I want the front to lay really nice and smooth. Alright. And then I'm going to use my roll brush and just comb out, again, that front portion so that I don't have knotty pieces all over the place. And then I found that just giving a little bit of a twist, I want you to be able to see this, and I'm really tall, so I'm giving it a little bit of a twist so that it doesn't come out in the bobby pin. And from that twist, I'm just going to push forward a little bit. I really want to make sure that I've got this right. And I'm just pulling some hair out. Like so. And I just want to play with this a little bit. So I'm going to get it in the shape that I want it. There we go. That's a little bit better. So just play with it till you get the shape that you want. Just kind of rework it and remove it till it's sitting the way you like it. And then I'm taking the bobby pins and I'm using the V in the bobby pin to kind of go over that piece of hair. I don't know if you can see that, but I'm just shoving it up into the bump, so I'm pushing the pin forward. And drop my brush. So one more time. I'm going to push the pin forward into the bump so that it really stays secure. Okay. Okay, and then I like a little bit of volume right here next to the bump, so I would just take my teasing comb and tease these pieces right here directly next to that hair, and on this side. There we go. And then grab my brush that fell on the floor. Again, just smooth that over with your roll brush. There we go. And then something I like to do, I don't have it plugged in and on today, but I would take my flat iron and make these pieces really poker straight. I really like when the pieces near my face are really straight. But it's cute to do kind of a flare out wave too. It's kind of retro in a sense. But I just like a lot of volume up on the top of my head. And then I would take my hairspray. Step back so you can see this. Just finish it up. Make sure that that's all together. That this portion is really full of volume. There we go. So there's that. So that's the bump just directly on top of my head that I would leave. And I don't like to pull my hair too far out of my face when I'm wearing a bump like this. I just think that it looks nicer when hair is down and in my face. Let's say I wanted to go ahead now and pull this up. I'm going to use my roll brush again because I did tease it. Just kind of get some of that hairspray out. And I'm just going to leave the bump where it is. But I'm going to go ahead and take my hair, and like we've talked about before with the pony, make sure I've got all of this hair nicely gathered, and just as if there wasn't a bump in my hair, I would go ahead and do the ponytail. And I would do it just like we talked about in the polished pony video, where I separate my hair halfway and pull it tighter here on the sides. There we go. Now, I haven't worn this style in a while just because I don't think it's the most flattering style on my face. But depending on your face shape, you know, it may be one of your favorites. But there would be with the ponytail. And it's a good way to keep your bangs up out of your face, a way to eliminate that part. You know, it's a hairstyle. I don't know if you've seen someone who wears it well, Sandra Bullock. She did it in the Proposal movie as Margaret, the character Margaret. And she wore it really well. Hers actually, it's pinned, but then they braided this piece that goes into the ponytail. So that's another thought. You could do that, and you could actually lay the braid straight down, or you could lay the braid kind of sideways into the pony. I would recommend braiding it and securing it with a really tiny elastic that matches the color of your hair. And then once you've got the pony figured out, leave the braid out, and then just pin the braid into the pony where you'd like it to set. Otherwise you're gonna have really a lot of trouble getting it to lay really nice without messing up the ponytail, and you don't want to compromise either one of the features. So that's a possibility. You could wrap this pony and make it look really nice. You could wear this pony low, but I like it here, just kind of on the middle of my head if I'm wearing the bump. But anyway, so I hope you all enjoyed this tutorial and that you wear the bump. And Jamie, I hope you learned everything and that you love this look.